Okay, we'll call our meeting to order and begin with the superintendent's report.
Well, thank you, Skip. I'd like to welcome everyone here tonight. Thanks for attending our meeting tonight. Very exciting meeting. And I want to say welcome to those watching our live stream as well. Mother Nature cooperated today with a beautiful day for the eclipse. Hopefully everybody enjoyed their glasses that we were able to purchase for the students and staff. That was really cool. Hopefully everybody enjoyed that. And we have our seniors here tonight. Believe it or not, we are in our last marking period. Seniors, how many days left for you? I heard a lot of 27s. Are we in agreement?
That is, it's actually.
Who said too many? You're going to miss it.
May have
27
to
days.
find an extra day for you.
Well, we're so excited that you're here tonight, and I'm going to turn it over to the one and only Principal Mr. Brush with our senior Class of 2024 senior recognitions.
It's hard to believe, class of 2024. Thank you, Mr. O'Neill, esteemed Vicksburg School Board, for granting me this opportunity to celebrate these outstanding seniors. It is truly a privilege. The achievements of this remarkable group during their 4 years at VHS is nothing short of extraordinary. Allow me to share some of their captivating insights about our Vicksburg High School summa cum laude recipients. Each of the 11 students has a GPA higher than 4.14, a testament to their academic prowess. Collectively, they've completed over 120 AP and dual enrollment classes. Beyond academics, they participate in varsity sports, choir, and band. Many have part-time jobs and still find time to volunteer. Their dedication is truly inspiring. Let's give a hand to the class of 2024. We are now going to introduce them alphabetically. So we get to start with Miss Gracie Brighton. So Gracie is a 4-year academic award winner who took 10 AP classes at VHS. She also passed every AP exam with at least a 4.
Wow.
She's already earned her AP capstone diploma. She's a College Board National African American Recognition Award recipient. And she's involved in the CTE Professional Health Science Program. Tell us about that program.
During my 2 years in health science, I have gotten a lot of hands-on experience in healthcare. This year I've gotten to participate in 2 semester-long internships. At my current rotation, I'm at an immediate care where I get hands-on learning to pass my patient care technician certification exam in May.
She also finds time to volunteer at the Kalamazoo Gospel Mission and for the Big Read Machine. Tell us about that experience working with the Big Read Machine.
So during the summer, I volunteered with the Big Read Machine, and I got to check out books for students all around Vicksburg. I really enjoyed this because I first started to learn or enjoy reading when I was in kindergarten. Shout out to my kindergarten teacher, my mom. And I just really enjoyed being able to give other students access to books.
That's awesome. So now, what are your plans for next year?
I'm going to go to the University of Michigan, where I'm going to study biology, focusing on health science.
That's great. And who's with you here tonight?
My parents, Ted and Betsy Brightonbach, and my grandparents, Mike and Kay Wonderland.
Awesome. Give Gracie a round of applause. Next up, Clara Sani. All right, Clara is the valedictorian for the class of 2024. A 4-year academic award winner, took 10 AP classes at VHS, and also a 4-year CAMSI research student, involved in the band, robotics, and varsity tennis. You love tennis. What's your favorite thing about tennis?
My favorite thing about tennis is getting to see myself improve every year. Each year that I've played, I've moved up in the team, and it is just a really fun sport. I really enjoy it. So.
That's great. So you also attended a mission trip to El Cito, El Salvador. Tell us about that trip.
Yeah, so I've been lucky enough to have gone twice, once my sophomore year and once in this school year. I go with a group from my church, and they send a group down to the same village every year. It's a sister parish down there. And while we're there, we meet with different delegations and groups to assess how we can best support their community. And we also meet with every family in the village to provide basic necessities. But we spend the majority of our time down there just building relationships with the people. And it's amazing to see just the joy that they all have despite the conditions that they live in. And it's really opened my eyes to how much that I take for granted in my everyday life, and has inspired me to use what I'm fortunate to have to give back to others and help people in the future too.
You are also an Excellence in Education Award winner. So who's your significant educator and why?
My significant educator is a teacher at CAMSI, Miss Thomas. She is my teacher for 3 classes this year and once in my sophomore year. She really inspired my passion for chemistry, which is what I want to go into. This year she taught me organic chemistry, AP chemistry, and material science.
So what are your plans for next year?
Next year I'm going to attend Michigan Technological University to study chemical engineering with a focus in environmental sustainability.
And who's with you here tonight?
I'm here with my mom and dad, Ron and Melissa Senafani, and my tennis doubles partner, Sydney.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Next up, Noah Dinzig.
Adam, could you have them stand a little closer to the mic? We can't hear them very well.
Okay.
Well, that mic
It
help
doesn't
us anyway.
broadcast the
Oh,
sound.
crap, that's right.
But if you guys can speak up,
We
we do
could
want
have
to hear
him
what you're saying.
enunciate a little bit louder.
Yeah,
Yeah,
please.
I'll try my
First,
best. I know, first adding a little pressure to you. There you go. So Noah, a 4-year academic award winner, a member of NHS. He took 8 AP classes at VHS, also plays defense for the varsity lacrosse team, and dual enrolled at KVCC. You also were involved in CTE construction trades. Tell us about that program.
Yeah, so I would go to Loy Norix every day after school, and I got to work hands-on with power tools, going to a construction site, learning how to actually build walls and see the work that goes into putting up a house that people get to live in. It was just a great experience to know what life is like outside of the classroom. So it was just eye-opening.
Well, and it really helps you out because you're currently volunteering for the landscaping and maintenance department at White Oaks Retirement Home. What do you like best about there?
Being able to use the skills that I've learned through my CTE and also here to affect the lives of those that are less fortunate with their age and mental health. And so being able to see the small things that can brighten their day and like little things that I can do that wouldn't seem very, things I take for granted in my daily life that they get to find joy in. So I think that is the best part about that.
That's great. So what are your plans for next year?
I'm going to MSU to double major in mechanical engineering and actuarial science.
That's great. And who's with you here tonight?
My parents were not fortunate enough to make it tonight, but I'm still surrounded by my awesome peers.
Congratulations, Noah. All right, Sydney Graum. So Sydney, also a 4-year academic award winner, a member of NHS, and you earned your Global Seal of Biliteracy. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so the Global Seal of Biliteracy is a proficiency test in the Spanish language, and I have been taking Spanish for 5 years now. I'm completing my year of AP Spanish currently, and I got the chance to take the Seal of Biliteracy test. And in order to get that global seal, I had to score an intermediate mid in all sections, speaking, reading, listening, and writing, in order to achieve that seal.
That's awesome. You're also involved in varsity tennis. We've heard about that. Where you're team captain and Aim Higher. Tell us about Aim Higher.
Yeah, so Aim Higher is a service and volunteer program where all students in high school can join and volunteer, and we do many projects over the year. One of the big ones is every month we do meal plans for the homeless in downtown Kalamazoo, where we make and take meal plans down to Kalamazoo and dish it out to the homeless once a month. And then another big one that we did this year was Prom Possible. So anybody who has a used prom dress or one that they didn't think they would wear again, they bring it in and sell or donate it. And people who are not fortunate enough to go out and buy a new prom dress, they can come in and buy a dress and use it for the next year and then donate it again the next year.
That's fantastic. So, what are your plans for next year?
In the fall, I plan to attend Western Michigan University, where I plan to major in chemical and paper engineering while also continuing my Spanish with a minor.
That's great. And who's with you here tonight?
My parents, Chad and Tanya Graum, are with me tonight.
Congratulations. All right, Carter Johnson.
Yes.
All right, so Carter, four-year academic award winner, member of NHS. You took 8 AP classes, and you're also dual enrolled at Kalamazoo Valley. Tell us about those classes you took at KVCC.
Yes, so I've taken a variety of business and accounting classes. They've including accounting 1 and 2, entrepreneurship, small business management, and marketing, along with a couple other of online classes. But the thing I've liked about it the most is that it's taught me a lot about business already. And then I can use those credits too when I go to college next year toward my degree, which will save me a lot of money. So, along with my AP classes here. But, yeah.
That's great. So you've also volunteered over 80 community service hours, and you're an Excellence in Education Award winner. Who is your significant educator and why?
My educator is Mr. Ream, my math teacher. I think he's here. Yeah, there he is. But,
Let's give a round of
yeah.
applause.
I chose him because he's very knowledgeable about what he teaches, and he's always willing to provide help outside of class, especially now when I'm taking AP Calc, which can be pretty difficult, but it's always helpful when you have a teacher who knows what he's teaching, knows what he's doing, so very thankful. Yeah.
We're thankful for Mr. Ream as well. What are your plans for next year?
I will be going to Michigan to study business. Blue.
And who's
Yeah.
with, I can't say that though.
Yeah.
And who's with you here
Doug
tonight?
and Jen Johnson, parents.
Congratulations.
Dave, are you keeping track of
I am.
I know. Normally, Carter, when you say go blue, they go crazy. We get the Broncos, we get fire up chips sometimes, you know. I only go crazy for the Laker people, you know, Laker Nation, right? Landon Johnson. All right, so Landon is a 4-year academic award winner, a member of NHS. 12 AP classes were taken at VHS. He also took first place at the Kidwin, Michigan Regional Engineering Competition at WMU. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so it was a statewide competition actually, and Kidwin is like a national association where it just gets kids into engineering from ages, I want to say 10 to 18. And I just had a team from Vicksburg, and we were like, why not enter it? We spent about 2 weeks building and designing our own windmill, and we took it there to compete, and we actually took first for the state of Michigan. So, and we got invited to Minnesota for nationals, but we declined to go because of AP testing.
That was one of the things that was tough. A lot of them had AP exams, and so when you're so involved in everything, it's tough to spread your time. You've also played soccer for 4 years and served as team captain. What do you like best about soccer?
Ooh, I mean, I've been playing soccer since I was about 5, so it's obviously really important to me. But I think I liked my senior year the most because I got to captain, and there were so many freshmen that weren't worse, just younger. And I got to help them get better and, I don't know, I think be better people. Maybe that's a stretch, but.
That's good. That's good. What are your plans for next year?
I will be attending Michigan for aerospace engineering.
Awesome. Who's with you here tonight?
My parents, Aaron and Mike Johnson, and my sister, Grace Johnson.
Awesome. Congratulations. Brendan Kelly. All right, Brendan is a 4-year academic award winner, a member of NHS. You took 11 AP classes. You also played varsity lacrosse and involved in DECA. Tell us about DECA.
So DECA is a business club that we take after school. So you meet pretty much every other week on a Tuesday, and we meet with our business teacher, Mr. McDonald. And it really just teaches you great personal skills, and when you're going into an interview environment, trying to teach you how to be calm and answer questions calmly. And I was a state qualifier last year, and then I was a runner-up this year.
In addition, you work at McDonald's, and then you also volunteer coaching for youth lacrosse camps. What do you like best about working at the lacrosse camps?
I really just like building up a program. I mean, lacrosse is something I've done since 4th grade, and I just love the sport very much. And just seeing kids be enthusiastic about playing the sport and just trying to help build up the program, because I just love seeing kids play the sport that I love to play.
That's great. What are your plans for next year?
Well, I was going to pick the team that made the national championship, but since NC State decided to lose in the Final Four, I don't know where I'm going now. But
Undecided?
I'm between Iowa State and NC State. I'm still waiting on scholarship info.
And what do you want to study there?
Industrial engineering.
That's great. And who's with you here tonight?
My parents, Jim and Mary Kelly.
Congratulations. Luke Moka. Now, to be fair, Luke and Landon wanted to talk about beating me in chess, but I wouldn't allow it. All right, so, hey, you know, that part's really good. I'm happy to hear that. Luke is the salutatorian for the class of 2024. He's a 4-year academic award winner, 14 AP classes taken at VHS. He's an AP capstone student and an outstanding scholar award winner. 4-year varsity golf and soccer player, where you were captain for both teams, and you earned all-state honors for both teams. So I've got a question about golf, all right? First, what's your favorite course, and what's your best score?
Okay, yeah. So this spring break, I went to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and I played the Dunes course, which is my favorite course. It was super nice. And my best round was actually this weekend, Saturday. Indian runs back 9. I shot 5 under, 31.
Wow.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I was at 32, so you beat me by 1 stroke. Impressive. Impressive. You're also an Excellence in Education Award winner. Who's your significant educator and why?
It's also Mr. Ream. Yep, same as Carter.
What do you like best about Mr. Ream?
Yeah, I mean, Carter basically said it, but for me, it's just his patience. No matter if you ask him the same question 100 times, he always tries to give you the best answer for you. So that's probably why.
That's great.
Yeah.
What are your plans for next year?
I'm studying pre-med at the University of Michigan.
Great. And then who's with you here tonight?
My parents, Steve and Mindy Moka.
Congratulations. Zayn Sandalin. So Zayn is a 4-year academic award winner who took 10 AP classes at VHS and is also a 4-year CAMZ research student. Tell us about your research project.
Yeah, so I've done 4 research projects in my time at CAMZ, 1 each year. Probably the most interesting was my project last year to design and perform an experiment to calculate the speed of light. This was obviously very difficult with the equipment I had available, but it was an interesting challenge nonetheless.
How close was your calculation? Was it pretty close? Not too better than mine. You also run varsity track and cross country. What do you like best about running?
My favorite thing about running is how it challenges me to be stronger mentally and physically. I also really enjoy having my teammates around me to encourage me and challenge me to be better.
That's great. You are also an Excellence in Education Award winner. Who's your significant educator and why?
My significant educator is Miss McCarthy at CAMZ. She was my math teacher last year for pre-calculus. I chose her as my significant educator because she is not only an excellent math teacher, she's also very patient and easy to talk to with questions about math or being a student or just in general.
What are your plans for next year?
I plan to study mechanical engineering at Case Western Reserve University.
Great. And who's with you here tonight?
My parents, Connie and Michael Sandalin.
All right. Congratulations. Zayn Sandalin. Nathan Schnap. So Nathan is a 4-year academic award winner. You took 11 AP classes at VHS, and you're working towards your AP capstone diploma. You're involved in NHS, FCA, and you played varsity football and track. What is your favorite sport?
Ooh, that's a tough question. Since football, you can run at full speeds and hit anyone, but track, you get to throw stuff far, so I'd probably say track.
Oh, you like track best.
Yeah.
That's great. You also enjoy fishing, weightlifting, and camping. You also find time to volunteer for the Vicksburg football youth program. What do you like best about that?
Just probably encouraging the next generation of football players, and also it reminds me when I was younger and like the varsity players, where you see them on Friday night and you have a personal relationship with them, so.
What are your plans for next year, Nathan?
I'm going to Western for biomedical sciences.
Awesome, and who's with you here tonight?
My parents, Eric and Deb Schnap.
Congratulations. All right, last but not least, Megan Xano. Probably the nicest person at Vicksburg High School, because I've been pronouncing it so many different ways. Never corrected me, and so when we had this, I'm like, I've heard 2 or 3 different ways. What? She goes, just no. No. I'm like, perfect. That's easy to remember. 4-year academic award winner, member of NHS. You also earned your Global Seal by Literacy. You've taken 11 AP classes, and you've been recognized as academic all-state for track 3 times. During track, you run the hurdles. What is the most stressful part about running the hurdles?
Being able to focus with so many people around me and also focus on the hurdles coming up when you're trying to run as fast as you can is probably the most stressful part. And if you overthink it, then you're screwed.
Or if someone next to you hits a turtle and,
Yeah.
oh my goodness. You're also a youth group leader, and you helped with hurricane cleanup in Florida last spring. What was that like?
Me and my youth group went down to Florida and we helped at 3 different houses who had been affected by the hurricane. We repainted and reboarded and helped with their roofs. We were able to clean up all around their properties and get to know them. And it was really cool to be able to give back in that way.
That's great. So next year, what are your plans?
Next year, I'm going to Wayne State University. I'm going to study or major in exercise science and minor in Spanish to become a physical therapist, and I'm also going to run track.
Hurdles there as well?
Yes.
That's great. And who's with you here tonight?
My parents, Aaron and Chuck Xano.
Awesome. Congratulations, Megan. So this is for seniors and then their parents. Senior Day of Service, we're going to talk about that tomorrow, is April 19th. The Senior Walk is May 10th. Our next board meeting in May will celebrate the CTE, EMC, and EFA seniors. Last day of school, do you guys remember what that is? 16th. Yep, May 16th. Then we have the Seniors Honors Reception. Dinner starts at 6 p.m., 6:45. We'll start the program. That's invitation only. You all should be hopefully getting an invitation. And then when's graduation? 23rd, 7 p.m. 23rd, 7 p.m. Mr. O'Neill, summa cum laude, class of 2024.
Impressive, hearing all these accomplishments, and I think even more impressive, you just all sound like great people, and you care about other people, and that's huge. Character, integrity, passion, I can hear it from every one of you. Congratulations. I hope the next 27 days go by fast for you, but soak it in. You deserve it.
You know, I want to add, I sat here, and I know I speak for all of us on the board. I'm absolutely amazed at your accomplishments. I mean, it's not just academic accomplishments, your involvement in volunteering, your involvement in the sports, all those things. I don't know how you all do it, and I just want to tell you how proud we are of you. I can't say that loud enough. One of the nicest things about serving on the board is to come to this meeting each year and see our outstanding seniors. And we're really proud of you. Please don't forget where Vicksburg is as you succeed in life. Every now and then we like to see people come back to the community. You know, as Mercer Munn used to say, this is the center of the earth. And try and remember that no matter where you go, where Vicksburg was in your hometown. But I'm going to miss all of you. I'm a little worried about the girls' tennis team.
I know.
But how great. And to the parents, I just want to congratulate you. It takes a family effort and a team. You've done a great job raising these kids. Mr. Ream, I can't think of a greater recognition you can get than to be recognized by students for how you deal with them. So I just want to congratulate you too, and the other significant educators who aren't here. So congratulations. And we're going to miss all of you.
Well, we
Thank
get
you.
to see him a few more times.
Yep.
Before I continue on with my report, I always like to just stop and say, if you'd like to leave, We can take a little break, but if you want to sit through this riveting board meeting, you're more than welcome to stay too. So,
We're going to take the seniors out to the courtyard
Okay.
to take some pictures.
Great,
very good.
And,
Congratulations all.
yes.
Does Purdue have a game tonight? All right, I'm going to continue on with my report. That was an absolute wonderful start to this meeting. Yeah, impressive. And Ron, congratulations.
Yes.
Proud dad, I'm sure. Just a couple quick things legislatively. As we've talked about before in Lansing, it's been very slow. They just returned from spring break today. But I did want to bring up, which means that the next 3 months are going to be fast and furious with a lot of new legislation, especially with the budget being developed at the Senate and House levels. But I did want to bring up a bill that was proposed by the Senate, and it's getting some traction in the news, and that would make attendance in kindergarten required for all 5-year-olds in the state of Michigan. Currently, kindergarten is optional. It's not required. Most school districts do offer kindergarten, including ours. But when you couple that with the potential, all 4-year-olds would be in preschool as well under Whitmer's proposal, there's a lot there for preschool education, including moving into kindergarten. And I wanted to bring up, I just went to a meeting today. Going into next year, we're going to have about 3,080 eligible preschool students in the county within our 9 districts. Currently, we are servicing about 970 students at that level. So if you do the math, that's about a third. And if this law passes, which wouldn't start till 2027 for preschool, that would give us some years to get ready, but I don't know if we could be ready that fast in terms of getting the workforce necessary for those programs, and then also space, because all of those spaces for 4-year-olds are different. They have different requirements than what we have for our other 5 and ups. So,
What percentage of students opt out of kindergarten? I mean, how big a deal is that now that they need to change it? I didn't even know it was optional.
that I do not know that answer. I don't think that number's anywhere, to be honest with you. There's also some movement within Lansing regarding all students registering, even if they are homeschooled, and there's a lot of resistance there. But that is the one reason a lot of people aren't interested in giving out their information. Stay tuned on these. These are going to pick up a lot of steam. And I also just wanted to let you know I did have another conversation with a legislator regarding the grants. And again, made it very clear, the grant system is overwhelming. We need to make some changes, and please listen to us. And if you need more people to come and talk to you, I can get plenty of people that'll come and talk to you about this. So I'm hoping we can get some positive movement on the grant front. Again, we appreciate those dollars. We just wish we had some more discretion with those dollars and removing a lot of the competitiveness that exists with those grants. When we're talking about equity, there's no reason we should have competitive grants. So I will keep you posted on that. And lastly, I'd like you to just take a quick look at the important dates coming up. Adam did a great job with all the senior events coming up. It's that time of the year we start spring state testing, and that's starting this week. And it'll go on for quite some time in April, and then also in May, we'll start up with the AP testing. So I just wanted to thank our hardworking VCS staff as we approach this critical time of testing. And please encourage all the parents out there to have your students get a good night's sleep and give their best. We really appreciate it. And then in May, just a couple of quick things, some fun things coming up. We do have a half day, May 3rd. And then the following Saturday is prom for the high school at the Fountains. So exciting times for our seniors. Also, the Senior Day of Service, I just wanted to recognize that again. Adam did bring that up. That is April 19th, that Friday. We'll see a lot of seniors out in the community doing work, doing great things. Hopefully you can, if you're driving through town, give them a honk, say hi, thank them. It's a great new event that they're doing with our seniors.
I had so many positive comments last year after those kids were out.
Yeah, it's a really cool thing, so. And with that, that's my report.
Thank you, Kevin. Okay, we'll go on to reports, public inquiry. We'll start with our budget and finance report. Steve?
Okay, there are just two items on my agenda for this evening. The first one being the monthly general fund budget progress report, and this includes activity through the end of March, or the first 9 months of our fiscal year. And I'll go through that fairly quickly. Year to date, our revenue stands at just about 61% of the originally adopted budget at just over $22.5 million. On the expenditure side, instructional expenditures total $12.9 million, or just under 60% of the budget. Again, the originally adopted budget. Support services came in at $8.8 million, or about not quite 2/3 of the budget, almost 66%. Then there is a breakdown for athletics and community services. So on a year-to-date basis, our expenditures are at just under $22.8 million, or about 62.8% of the budget. Second page of the report has the same expenditure information summarized by object code, and you can see that salaries and benefits year to date, which is, of course, our largest expenditure in the general fund, stands at $18.32 million, or not quite 62% of the total budget. Purchase services, supplies, capital outlay, and other, you can see, are broken down there as well. Just a quick comment. Budget amendment is underway, and it's just 2 months away, so stock up on your no-dos and caffeine, because it's 2 months, essentially, and we'll be going through the amendment as well as the preliminary budget for next year. All right? Any questions on that? All right, if not, then just a quick look at the schedule of investments as of, again, the end of March. And I've been talking about this pretty consistently. You can see that in the 2022 Building and Site Fund, that list of securities continues to dwindle. Essentially, we've got one treasury note maturing each month, and that's, designed to meet cash flow requirements of capital projects. So those funds are going to continue to dwindle and be spent down. At the same time, last month, the board approved the resolution to initiate the process for Series 3 of those bonds. And that process is moving along. We have a conference call with Standard & Poor's next week to begin the process of getting the bond rating. The attorneys and financial advisors are working behind the scenes. The official statement is well underway, And as of right now, we're on schedule to close on the bonds by the end of May. All right, and there will be some board action at the next board meeting for that. That'll be after the bond sale, so.
Thanks, Steve.
All right. Other investments there, you know, we continue to have some investments for debt retirement. Again, just trying to take advantage of those higher investment yields that continue to be very attractive, as well as we currently have just under $5 million of general fund dollars that are also invested. All of these are essentially liquid, daily liquidity. It's just a matter of transferring funds back and forth when we need them. And that's kind of where we stand. Any questions on that?
Bottom line is we're able to earn a little money on it.
Yeah, and you know, as the year's gone on, it's been kind of interesting. I think initially there were a lot of predictions that the Fed would start reducing short-term rates as early as March, and obviously that hasn't happened, and those expectations continue to get pushed out a little bit. So from an investment standpoint, that's positive for anyone that is looking to refinance, you know, a mortgage or anything like that. It's just going to take a little bit longer. So, but while we can, we certainly try to take advantage of those interest rates as much as we can.
Thanks, Steve.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, reconfirmation of safe return to in-person instruction and continuity of learning plan, Gail.
I believe this is the last one, right, Gail?
It is. I was gonna say, I'm sure you're
Are you
as
celebrating?
disappointed as I am that I don't.
I was shocked to see we had to do it this year.
Yes, yeah, this is the last time as a requirement of receiving the ESSER funds, so, yeah, super disappointed that I can't go to this anymore. So our plan moving forward and has been in the area of health and safety for our students. We continue to comply with the guidelines from the health department, the county health department. And then in the area of academic and social emotional learning, we've continued to provide that 5-day of in-person instruction in our district since the pandemic. We continue to assess the needs of our students using our benchmark data. And in social emotional learning, we continue to support MTSS work to support both our staff and students. So it's the same plan as we've had for a while. What questions do you have?
Any questions for Gail?
Well, we have spent more time and money with counseling services and out of necessity.
Yes.
So.
And recognition.
Right.
You know, one of the things that came out of it is just the recognition of, and the value of the social emotional learning piece. We had that started, it just gave it emphasis and funding since we came out, so yes. For staff and students.
Thanks, Gail.
Yep.
Thanks, Gail.
Okay, it doesn't appear we have anybody that wishes to address the board on a non-agenda item. So we'll go on to board action required. First item is approval of the March 11th, 2024 regular board meeting minutes.
So moved.
Moved by Stephanie,
Support.
supported by Dave. Discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Approval of general fund invoices totaling $475,474.78.
Move
So
approval.
Moved by
Support.
Dave, supported by Tina. Discussion? Stephanie?
Yes.
Dave?
Yes.
Ron?
Yes.
Tina?
Yes.
Carol?
Yes.
And yes, motion carries. Approval of purchase card disbursements for February 2024 totaling $106,547.45.
Move approval.
Moved by Tina?
Support.
Supported by Carol. Discussion? Stephanie?
Yes.
Dave?
Yes.
Ron?
Yes.
Tina?
Yes.
Carol?
Yes.
And yes, motion carries. Item D, approval to extend the following administrative team members' individual contracts for the 24-25 school year based on evaluations through 23-24. And we'll take staff listed, principals A through G, directors A through I. With the board's permission.
So moved.
Moved by Carol, supported by Ron. Discussion? Stephanie?
Yes.
Dave?
Yes.
Ron?
Yes.
Tina?
Yes.
Carol?
Yes.
And yes, motion carries. Approval to extend the following non-line position contract for 24-25 school year based on evaluations through 23-24, and that's Tim Fuller, here at our Performing Arts Center manager.
So moved.
Moved by Tina. I was hoping you'd make that motion, Tina. I'm not surprised. Supported by Carol. Discussion? Stephanie?
Yes.
Dave?
Yes.
Ron?
Yes.
Tina?
Yes.
Carol?
Yes.
And yes, motion carries. Approval to extend the following contracts as per contractual agreement. Kevin O'Neill, Superintendent, and Steve Goss, Assistant Superintendent.
Now, who are these
Move-
guys?
Moved by Dave,
Oh, support.
supported by Tina. Discussion?
Yes.
Stephanie? Dave?
Yes.
Ron?
Yes.
Tina?
Yes.
Carol?
Yes.
And yes, motion carries. Approval of following teacher retirement requests effective June 7th, 2024. Chris Loxonen with 32 years of service, Susan Peps with 15 years of service.
Move approval with regret.
Yep.
Yeah, support.
Supported by Tina. Okay, discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Second reading approval of high school advanced mathematics curriculum proposal.
So moved.
Moved by Tina,
Support.
supported by Carol.
I
Discussion?
wish we could hear her.
I was gonna say, we
Oh my
should have
God.
invited her back. She was
Yeah.
entertaining.
That's good.
That was so fun.
It was.
Well, I just want to say, I know that there's been a lot of work on that, and a long time coming. Congrats. And they really, the presentation last week
It was.
really superb.
Yeah, it was.
It was. Okay, Stephanie?
Yes.
Dave?
Yes.
Ron?
Yes.
Tina?
Yes.
Carol?
Yes.
And yes, motion carries. Second reading approval of high school AP pre-calc curriculum proposal.
So move.
Moved by Carol,
Support.
supported by Dave. Discussion? Stephanie?
Yes.
Dave?
Yes.
Ron?
Yes.
Tina?
Yes.
Carol?
Yes.
And yes, motion carries. And on that, again, our congratulations, Ron, on your daughter.
She did the work, not me.
I know, came from a good household, though.
Yeah, just wanted to, Adam, fantastic.
Yes.
Appreciate that energy. That's one heck of a great group. We do.
That's because
But
it's a good family.
You know, as we get to this time of the year, though, it's always just a great time to recognize the whole VCS staff in developing and watching these kids grow and helping them along the way to graduation. I just want to extend my thanks to my amazing staff.
And I hope you aren't all upset that you get to go home and enjoy some sunshine.